Hi, I'm Roman Roberts. I wrote the Roman 180 plan to help people lose over 100 pounds in a year, 175 pounds naturally in less than 2 years. But today is January 1st. Happy New Year. Let's get started with just a workout. No weights, no machines. Come on, man, let's get this year started off right. Motivate yourself. Just get up, let's do something, okay? There's a thing called a failure mechanism. And you don't want to build a failure mechanism, okay? So let's start off January 1st by just showing up and doing something, right? And then check that box. There's a win. There's some of those cookies accounted for. There's some of those brownies accounted for. Some of that pie, right? It starts up here. Right up here, guys. Pull up a video. Follow along. You got this, right? We're just going to do a little slide to slide. Slide side to side, okay? This. Let's go, man. It's a new year, right? And when you say it's a new you, I think most of us don't mean that physically. I don't think we mean that physically. I think that new year, new you mean that mentally. And the Roman 180 plan helps you, guide you through that, man. We all need a coach. LeBron James has a coach on the sidelines. You need a coach on the sidelines. Let me be your coach. I can call a timeout and say, hey, man, what are you doing there? Do that. Change that little thing. You're winning. It's that simple, but I hope we can just, start by doing something, right? Don't beat yourself up mentally. Just, this will be a win right here. Because all the gyms are crazy and you're going to go in and get nothing done. You're going to put on all the clothes, grab your bag, drive there, fight traffic, and go in and leave, and then blame it on the gym. Let's go, man. Let's go, You don't want to be that. Don't be that. Whatever you can do. If you're sitting in a chair, you could be doing all this stuff, right? Come on. Let's go to the floor. All right. Let's start with something nice and easy breezy. Just bicycle those legs. Now, just a little word to the wise. I rebuild people many times from the ground up. I don't focus a lot on core in the beginning. So please do not overdo these if you are just starting out. You know the drill, always consult a physician, yada, yada, yada. But these muscles go down into your low back. So start out of the gate slow. Give everything time to stabilize. Get used to the training. If you're crazy, go crazy, but, let's go ahead and bridge. You might notice I've repositioned my feet. I had somebody ask me about that. Yes, I feel like it's better on my knees. I don't have to stay in any one plane. You're allowed to move your feet. You're allowed to go one leg. But if you're here, you know, being consistent is the hardest battle. So if you don't overdo it, you're able to do it again the next day. Okay? Let's do penguin crunches. Alrighty? Penguin crunches. What is that? Get your shoulders up. Touch your heels. Work the obliques. There you go. Main thing is keep your shoulders up. Look up at the ceiling. You can look at the wall, but that's pulling with your neck and go side to side. Good job. Oh, feels good. Let's turn over. Let's do superhero. My legs are off the ground as much as I can, and my chest is off the ground. I'm arcing up using the hamstrings, glutes, low back. These are static exercises that are great for you guys. You don't have to pump your muscles constantly. They have other functions and abilities. And again, come down, take a rest, go back up. Man, this is not a competition. Best believe I'm not competing with you. You shouldn't compete with me. I'm not in your body. You're not in mine. Yeah, that doesn't even make any sense, guys. Okay, let's just do crunches. And you know, if you're more interested in the psychology of winning and failing, I highly encourage you to get the book Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. He's actually a plastic surgeon, okay? And he noticed that there was a problem with the people that were coming in for all these plastic surgeries that did not need it, okay? So Psycho-Cybernetics. Reverse crunches. So if you're having any struggles out there with the mental aspects, Psycho-Cybernetics, he talks about something called the failure mechanism, because your mind is actually very habit and pattern oriented, and that's why establishing good habits and patterns, well, good habits create good patterns create better people. So many of you are struggling with the actual mental aspect of winning and losing and lying to yourself. And I hate that for many of you because it's such a simple thing. It's your self-talk. And you've got to be nice to yourself. You really have to be nice to yourself. Start slow. So knocking out a plank, obviously. Many of you, what I just did would be really difficult, and for many of you, you would need to do all the advanced versions of things that I'm doing. And if you know, whatever, this isn't for you. This is for people that are starting out, wanting to break the new year in with a little less vigor and a little more discipline. And I just thought, I guess another part of the mental aspect of coming in all enthusiastic is after a while, you know it's phony baloney. Everybody else around you know it's phony baloney, and that you're going to go back to the way you were. But part of the human experience, the whole part that separates us from animals, is that you can be one way on December 31st and wake up on January 1st, January 2025, and say, that person is gone. There's a new me, and the world's going to see it. And I tell you this, you watch how it affects your world. You might think you have no influence, man, but you do. So I encourage you, start out slow, stick with it. Good job.